Did you guys know there could be a new town coming to the Camas area? What? Yep, that's exactly what we are talking about today. So, if you are not familiar where Camas is past Hideout. So, the Deer Mountain area, hideout area is really, really close to Park City. If you would continue on US 48, it's going to take you out to the Camas area. There's like Francis and it turns into Oakley. It is really small out there. It's like a one but town. Okay. But they've got they're getting there more people are starting to move out there. It's typically more locals. It's not a lot of people who are like, "I want a vacation home in Camas." No, you want a vacation home in Park City and you're buying the person's home that is like, "I'm selling this to you and I'm moving to Camas." So, Camas Valley questions feasibility of new town called West Hills. So, I've heard a little bit about this. I don't know if it's going to take off or not, but this is where the portion of the land would possibly to be kind of like what they did with Hideout. Like Hideout became its own town, right? West Hills wants to become its own town. So one public hearing is down and another on the way before a potential November vote on Summit County's newest town. Over 100 people came out to the South Summit Middle School the night of February 12th, most to oppose the would be town of West Hills, which is proposed on roughly 3,200 acres between Hideout and Camas. Late last Late last year, the Office of the Lieutenant Governor commissioned consultants from LRB Public Finance Advisors to see if such a town could even balance its budget. LRB found West Hills could raise enough taxes to survive, but only with substantial development. Those findings worry locals who don't want to see buildings or taxes go up, and LRB admits one or both may need to happen if West Hills incorporates. They become incorporated. LRB Vice President Fred Phillip Philpott presented the findings February 12th at the first public meeting about the proposed incorporation. The town sponsored held 7 closed-door meetings with different areas and landowners in the week prior. The first public comment on the town. More than just residents within the incorporation boundaries came to the public meeting. More than a dozen spoke in opposition of it, and only 2 said they wanted West Hills to incorporate. Rich and Sam Castor, brothers who own about 260 acres south of 248, volunteer firefighter Clayton Query, who lives in Francis, points out West Hills Incorporation may mean valley-wide organizations like a fire department to raise taxes again to keep up. I don't live in the affected area, but if I happen to be a part of the affected area, another resident put it. Residents within the incorporation raise their own tax concerns. Democrat Alley resident Marjorie Christiansen said if the town issues bonds to pay for the low cost of the new infrastructure and then disbands, the residents will be saddled with paying back those bonds. It's not unheard of to undo a corporation. Cedar Highlands and Iron County dissolved in 2020, 2 years after incorporating due to lack of commercial development. West Hills would also depend on commercial and residential taxes. Sponsor Derek Anderson, a real estate attorney who owns about 70 acres in West Hills, provided LRB with build-out estimates that shows taxes would remain flat. He told KPCW they don't reflect any specific development plan and stressed that he's not in favor of a tax increase. On the feasibility process, the 5-year build-out projection, we relied on financial experts to analyze the financial viability of certain mixtures of residential and commercial growth, Anderson said. The consultants found a mixture Anderson ultimately submitted would be viable. Taxes only go up if the town wants to build a government office or doesn't want to proceed with development. Some residents complained Monday. It seems like a conflict of interest for the incorporation process to continue. The numbers had to show West Hills itself could sustain. Anderson told KPCW state law essentially requires collaboration among consultants, sponsors, and lieutenant governor to create an accurate feasibility study. However, Camas City Council and Eastern Summit County Planning Commissioner Dave Darcy and the consultants have been wrong before. Officials expressed doubt. Specifically, in 2018, LRB projected South Summit District would have nearly 600 more students in 2024. It's actually down by 61, Darcy said. Before LRB released the final draft of the feasibility study, it had to send a draft to Anderson, the Lieutenant Governor's office. Summit County South Summit Fire Protection District South Summit School District, Summit County Sheriff's Office, and the Weber Basin Water Conservatory District. Similar to Darcy, Summit County staff thought 5 years West Hill growth projections were generous. The University of Utah's Kem C. Gardner Policy Institute's estimates Summit County will have about 48,000 people in 2028, the same numbers used by LRB. But according to Summit County Economic Development and Housing Director Jeff Jones, the county's internal models estimate there will be 2,000 fewer. The county's growth rate was 0.6% between 2022 and 2023. Jones also said 38.9% of housing units in Summit County are classified as vacant. So not all West Hills units should be presumed occupied. At the February 12th public hearing, when asked about LRB's predictions, typically mirror what happens in reality. Philpott said LRB did not study the actual impact of incorporation post-incorporation. What's next? There will be a second public hearing, but the date has not been announced. Residents within the West Hills have also had a second chance to request exclusion. The deadline is now March 13th for this. Ultimately, the incorporation would only happen if a majority of voters within the proposed boundaries vote for it. West Hills sponsor needs 10% of the registered voters in the boundaries, including the owners of at least 10% of the area and 7% of the land value, to sign another petition to get it to the November ballot. What do you guys think of this? I don't really know what I think of it because I'm not, I don't live in Camas, so I guess I might not have an opinion about it. I always thought it was weird that Hideout became its own town, but now it's actually a really great little place. So I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Let me know. Drop it down in the comments below. Hey guys, my name is Nicole Bowdle. I'm a local real estate agent here in Park City, Utah. I've lived here for 38 years. Yep, I just had a birthday recently. And if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Park City, my information is always dropped down in the description link down below.